Hello and welcome to our viewers on ASI News Broadcast, bringing you the latest top news for today. Israeli military restarts Gaza offensive as peace talks stall. Blasts are rocking Gaza. Smoke is rising over the city, apparently from an Israeli airstrike. This comes after Israeli authorities ordered military to respond to, quote, at least 18 rockets from Gaza by attacking terror sites. Lieutenant Colonel Peter Lerner, an Israeli military spokesman, said in a statement, the renewed rocket attacks by terrorists at Israel are unacceptable, intolerable, and short-sighted. Hamas's bad decision to breach the ceasefire will be pursued by the IDF, Israel Defense Forces. We will continue to strike Hamas, its infrastructure, its operatives, and restore security for the State of Israel. The first Palestinian fatality, a boy, according to Al Arabiya, has reportedly lost his life in the Israeli strikes. 6 other people have been wounded. Among the rockets allegedly fired by Gaza, one was intercepted by the Iron Dome system over the southern Israeli city of Ashkelon. 2 more rockets fell in open areas without causing casualties or damage. The Israel military stated that it responded to the initial attacks by firing across Gaza. Palestinian sources reported IDF artillery fire on the north and east of the Strip. According to Gaza police, an airstrike by the Israeli forces targeted a housing project in the north and that casualties were reported there. Another attack hit a farm to the south of Gaza City, they said, as quoted by AP. Strikes followed from Israeli tanks to the north of Gaza and from gunboats in the territory's central area. No casualties have been reported yet. The exchange of fire comes after Hamas stated it wouldn't extend the 72-hour truce beyond 5 a.m. on Friday. U.S. airlines banned from flying over Iraq. The U.S. Federal Aviation Administration on Friday banned all American airlines from flying over Iraq due to a, quote, potentially hazardous situation. In the notice to airmen, NOTAM, the FAA cited the hazardous situation created by the armed conflict between militants associated with the Islamic State of Iraq and Levant, ISIL, also referred to as the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria, or ISIS, and Iraqi security forces and their allies. The ban applies to all U.S. carriers and commercial operators. Flights are prohibited in the Baghdad Flight Information Region until further advised, the FAA statement said. There is an exception for emergencies. In an emergency that requires immediate decision and action for the safety of the flight, the pilot in command of an aircraft may deviate from this NOTAM to the extent required by that emergency. The flight agency said they will re-evaluate the prohibition by the end of the year. The ban on flights over Iraq was announced hours after U.S. jets bombed ISIS positions in the northern part of the country. Rear Admiral John Kirby said the attack took place to help defend Kurdish forces near Erbil, Iraq. 2 Fa-18 aircraft dropped 500-pound laser-guided bombs on a mobile artillery piece near the city of Erbil. U.S. personnel are based in the city. The decision to strike was made by the U.S. Central Command commander under authorization granted him by the Commander-in-Chief, Rear Admiral John Kirby, a spokesman for the Pentagon, said. Barack Obama announced on Thursday that he had authorized the use of force against ISIS to help protect Christians and Yazidis, an ethnic Kurdish minority in northern Iraq. Today America is coming to help, Obama said, noting that although the United States cannot and should not intervene every time there is a crisis in the world, it must act when innocent people are facing violence on a horrific scale. I therefore authorize targeted airstrikes, if necessary, to help forces in Iraq as they fight to break the siege at Mount Sinjar and protect the civilians trapped there, Obama said. We can act carefully and responsibly to prevent a potential act of genocide. The U.S. has also begun dropping relief supplies to the refugees. Around 40,000 Yazidis, members of the Kurdish community whose religious beliefs are a mix of ancient Zoroastrianism, Islam, and Christianity, sought refuge on Mount Sinjar last weekend after Islamic State fighters continued their watch toward the Kurdish power center of Erbil. Thanks for watching. Stay with us on ASI News Broadcast with all the latest news from the U.S. brought to you from the American Studies Institute from Tehran. You can also check our website at www.asipress.us. Thanks for joining us.